Happy February, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Joanna the Medium. These are going to be readings for February 2018. They are general readings, so I tap into various aspects. What I focused on the most was to give you information that will ultimately help you become a stronger individual that is able to create your abundance, your joy, and your happiness. So I always have that in mind, and Spirit will always give me information that will help you understand yourself on a much deeper level, and also help you understand where you're going and what it is that you might do in order to help you accomplish certain goals. The energy of the eclipse of January 31st came into play in these readings, and I actually talk about that extensively on the last radio show, which I have posted, and I think the link is down below for you, where I do readings and conversation with Amma, and in a second hour we talk about how the January 31st eclipse affects us personally and also globally. And I actually channeled some messages from Spirit about this eclipse, which I'm not an astrologer, and I'm a confirm it, so that was actually quite neat for me. So if you want to listen to it, do so. That link is down below, and because that energy will definitely affect you for the next 6 months. And I saw the effects of it in all the readings, including the relationship readings. So many things are leaving because we are being prepared for something bigger, for something new, for something more exciting. So you might have noticed the shift of energy the last few weeks. I certainly have, which is why these videos are late, but they will also keep these energies, the shifts will transpire throughout the next 6 months or so, I've been told. These are general readings, so they may not make sense to you right away. They almost never make sense to you at the beginning, so please listen to them at the end. Also, the love readings, which I go into detail about relationships of any sort. If you would like to have that for the entire 2018, that link is down below for you, so go ahead and go there. And I think that's all I have. I want to wish you wonderful Valentine's Day if you celebrate it. If you don't, I wish you wonderful February regardless. And without further ado, of course, if you would like a private session, that information is down below. But without further ado, let's start off with your general February readings. And of course, listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, because they will often add way more information than the sun sign reading. So without further ado, let's move on to readings. Hello, beautiful Geminis. This is going to be a reading for the month of February 2018. I almost said 2014. Wow. This is a general reading. So let's start. Let's get going. I don't have... Oh, interesting. Okay, let me just tune in. Wow. Right away, I'm seeing the number 8. So obviously the number 8 stands also for August. I'm just writing this down. 1969. So for those of you who resonate with 1969 or the month of August, or better yet, August 1969, for some reason I'm supposed to say this to you. I don't know why. Or maybe this message is going to really hit home for you. I have no idea. Something to do with a mother. I have no idea who this is for. This is highly unusual. Okay. But going back to number 8. Okay. So, month of February, and this is generally speaking, I feel you're going to be able to get a sense of newfound confidence within you. It feels like an air of energy coming through me, coming kind of wisping through me. Is that a right word? And I'm looking up because I'm seeing, my apologies, because some of you have said I don't look on the camera for some reason, because I'm looking to see what's on my mind. So there's going to be like a whiff of energy coming through, and I want to say beginning of February, so maybe it has something to do with the eclipse. Point is, many of you are going to feel lighter, brighter, and generally much more energetic than you have before, and some of you as far as last 6 months, because I'm seeing the number 6. 6 is also, yeah, that's... 6 is a Gemini, it's lover's card, yes. So that's what I'm being shown. For some of you, I hear resistance training, and for some of you, I see you boxing, punching a bag, not punching somebody. So there's a sports content here for some of you, whether, I don't know if you're practicing or if you're competing, but there's something coming like that very clearly. Obviously, I'm seeing gifts being given to somebody, and Valentine's Day is in February. So that is, expected message. Let me just see if there's anything else. Many of you seem to still be pruning things in your home or around your environment that don't belong to you or are no longer needed. So this could be decluttering, cleaning up after Christmas still or after the holidays, getting rid of things that you don't want or don't deserve you. And this can certainly be not just, stuff. It can mean situations as well. And you are generally decluttering, but this is also mental declutter too. And I'll tell you in a second why this is all being said. And then I hear the word fresh new start. And then he's asking me to go to the cards. So the first card you have is the Fool in reverse. It's still the Fool. It's still a brand new energy. Remember the whiff of energy that I was seeing you receiving? That's what that is. I'm asking here why this in reverse. I'm hearing the word resistance. So for some of you, you are heading towards a brand new beginning, and it might feel slightly uncomfortable and you might be resisting. It also says to me that I'm going back to January. So for some of you, I am recording this in January, but maybe some of you have dealt with January already. So it's because there's a cutoff date with the energies. Let me just see where I was going with this. Yeah, you're just moving forward. Sorry. So it seems like since January, many of you will be making decisions because you are in a phase of a brand new commitment, brand new agreement, or a brand new energy, or brand new start, or certainly at least heading towards it. With that, there will be some risks. Some of you have already taken tremendous risks, and I hear the word move or move out, and some of you are going to take risks, and these risks, I see somebody shaking hands, so this can be risks around job, around meetings, certain people, coming to terms with somebody on something, agreeing on something, agreements, jobs. There's a certain level of beginning something new, but there is risk with it, and it has to do financially as well. So that seems to be the overall energy. There's definitely newness in the air. Now, the other part of the message here is that in the month of February, I feel like people are rushing to... Okay, what I'm seeing is people rushing to do proposals. And I'm hearing my guides say, what's the rush? So if some of you are going to be proposing, and I don't know who I'm saying this to, I'm saying it to somebody. If some of you are going to be proposing or proposed to, before you utter the words yes, or before you ask your significant other to marry you, make sure this is really what you want and it's not what the society wants for you. And this is so specific, so it must be at least for one person. So there's some general themes here around relationships, and I just finished recording your yearly relationship, and that's certainly we go deeper into that particular aspect. So brand new beginnings, fantastic. Now, what are you leaving behind? Fantastic again. You have 7 of Wands. Yep, 7. I can't see, I'm blind. 6 of Wands in reverse and 7 of Cups. Why do I say this is fantastic? Because this is what you're leaving behind. So I hear the word unfaithful. So for some of you, you have left a situation where the word unfaithful fits in. So looks like a spouse, but it can also be about rejection or betrayal. So many of you are leaving behind a situation that made you feel rejected, betrayed, generally not feeling well, and it made you feel, well, not very successful, because this card represents lack of success. failure, actually, failure. So you are leaving the aspect of failure behind you, whether it is a failure as a general theme in your life, feeling, or whether it is you failed at your last job or your last relationship, whatever you have been hanging on to, you are leaving that behind. Seven of Cups is, I want to say the word illusion, and I want to say the word delusion. And many of you have been sitting on trying to figure things out without making a concrete effort to do anything in particular, because you didn't know the direction, or you didn't know what to choose or how to choose. So there's a sense of indecisiveness here. There's a sense of being in a dreamland. There's also a sense of not really being satisfied with anything in particular. So just basically feeling. You are leaving this behind. So general feeling of failure and feeling blah, you're leaving that behind. That is fantastic. Now, some of you are leaving this behind and it happened in January, or you have started to feel the shift in January, because I am recording this in January. What is in front of you? Fantastic again. You have the World. World is the end. Well, when we have the end, then we have a brand new beginning. So it makes perfect sense. This is about a journey. This is about closing a chapter. This is about deciding on direction. This is about moving on from a cycle. Some of this may be karmically connected, but it is about closing doors. It is about endings and also fresh and new beginnings. And I believe that's what I said earlier. But there's direction with this. There's a sense of completion with this. Yes, there's also travel. Some of you are thinking or wanting to travel. Some of you are wanting to travel around the world. Some of you want to travel to next states. For some of you, you may be contemplating move, but many of you are thinking of holidays. Now, after winter, most people want to go on holidays. Point is, more than anything, this is about completion. This is about feeling like things are starting to move. Ending of a chapter and beginning of new one. The other thing is your Three of Swords. Leaving behind any pain, any emotional pain. So if you felt like failure and emotionally blah, it probably comes from some sort of a painful situation. So this is about releasing pain in the past, okay? This is also about releasing rejection. This is about closing doors on certain relationships and certain aspects of you that no longer belong in your life or your lifestyle. This will require you to face some fears. So this is the Moon card. And they're saying here, an important aspect of your shadow is trying to come out. Let it. And I'm asking to give me more information, and he's showing me the Devil. So the Devil is attachment. The Devil is what keeps us stuck, chained, unable to move, addicted. Something is coming to the surface that because it wants to be released. And I'm trying to see if this is something, it's just a general feeling like something is about to burst out of you. And I see actually a volcano erupting. For some of you, there is some unexpressed anger and resentment towards someone you loved very much, or someone who loved you very much. And this needs to go. This is what they're saying, is this needs to go. It's one of your shadows. It's also why you are overly protective sometimes. So I don't know what that means to you. Why would they be overprotective? Yeah, I'll have to go and think about that one. But that was also a direct word. The other part of the message here is, so yes, you might be faced with a situation that's going to expose your fears or trigger your fears. Point is, it's coming up because you are at the end of a cycle and you are releasing from past pain. So this is a journey, and as in any journey, there's bumps along the way. And because you're beginning, or you're about to begin something new, releasing something of this importance, which is your shadows, your fears, resentments, whatever it may be, is really going to help you start a brand new beginning in a much more structured way. And this can be many things for you. relationship, which we cover in a different reading, work. This is general feel, energetically speaking, particularly because we have just had the eclipse. And with eclipses, things come up to surface in order to be released because they no longer serve us. So also expect to feel like you're in a shadow, like you don't know what's going on, like you don't know where to go, like you don't know what to do. Maybe some of you are going to have a quiet time and you're going to feel a little bit blue, a little bit under the weather. I feel if that's the case, it is temporary and partly because you are releasing some stuff from your past. Okay, where are you going? Which was interesting. You have 2 10s, so there's definitely an ending here. You have 10 of Wands and you have 10 of 10. Is this 10? 10 of Swords. So this is a card of overburdened, being overburdened. This traditionally talks about work, but it can also talk about emotionally overburdened, overwhelmed. This is a card of defeat. This is also a card of being stabbed in the back 10,000 times. It's a card of rejection. It's a card of an anxiety, extreme anxiety, sleepless nights. But it is an end. It is an ending. It's a death. But it's a death on an intellectual level. So it's a death towards your thoughts. So you are ending an aspect of you that kept you very stuck. This may present itself because you may feel very overwhelmed or very overburdened at some point in February. And as a result, you may feel like you're completely stuck, like you're not able to move, and you are, I want to say, almost defeated. So something may present itself briefly, but why? The reason why is because there's a brand new emotional beginning for you. There's a Page of Cups here. So there's a brand new energy coming forward. This is newness. This is emotion. This is emotional freedom, emotional experiences, emotional detachments. There is it's very similar to the Fool, but the Fool has all elements in it. This is particularly what to do with emotion. So there's a finality here with something that's about to transpire, but it's almost like a broken piece just needs to break so that it can be put back together properly. And I hope that metaphor makes sense to you. Overall, you are ending a chapter in your life, and you are closing certain doors because other doors are waiting for you to be explored. Why am I seeing a car? Okay, you are supposed to take care of your body well now, okay? Particularly in the spring. For some of you, this is going to be around your digestive tract, or maybe some of you need to have like a detox or something, but that also came out of the blue. Why are they showing me a car? Okay, car to me represents a body. It's a vehicle in which we move. And he's showing me how sturdy the car is. So again, talking about your body, it is really important to keep your health and your body in top condition. Obviously, that's going to apply to everybody, but maybe some of you will need to hear it more than others, because it's important for you to have a strong body, and especially because many of you are having brand new beginnings. For those of you who are long distance runners, please watch your ankle or your knees, and this can apply to people who just run on a treadmill as well. Okay, and I think that's all I have. I'm being shown a cup, which is a brand new emotional beginning, re-emergence. Is that what I want to say? Emotional freedom. You're about to experience a release of some sort, and I think it's totally tied to the eclipses. So I hope this makes sense to you. This is general, so some of it will make sense or may make sense, but definitely most of it will not make sense until the end of the month. So listen to it then, and of course watch your other signs, because they may offer you more information when you piece it together. At the end of the day, thank you so much for watching, for sharing. Of course, if you would like to have a private session with me, that information is down below for you. I would be absolutely honored. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful February. If you want more in-depth relationship reading, that information is also down below for you. Thank you so much, and take care.